And yes, we will never forget, myself and Dixon were just reliving the moments from 2020, certain things they told us that were this and that, yet here we are standing strong. Wisdom, knowledge is really power. All right, let's jump back to the show, Dixon. We just watched the highlights of the semi-final, the third place finals and finals of the Women's World Cup. I think this has been the most successful Women's World Cup in terms of attendance, in terms of attention of the world and everything. Big ups to FIFA. I mean, the ministry is moving forward.
Yeah, big ups to them. You have to give kudos to them. You have to also give kudos to the teams that participated. First of all, maybe you didn't like the start of football because it was still in the group stages. But when we went out to the knockout stages, we saw matches where it was tight. You saw the standard of play, technicality, tacticality, and all that you can talk about when it comes to football. It was there. And, we went down to the wire. My favorite was Japan. And it's unfortunate that the world champions now Japan defeated the reigning world champions, which is Spain. I remember that game ending 4-0. And if Japan will, at this, if they have anything to say, they'll say, I beat the world champion.
Yeah, but how does that story usually play out? Because I'm going to use this thing to spin a certain story later when we get on in the conversation. Maybe I should even go ahead and just start it now, because now Spain won the tournament.
Yes.
But this same Spain lost to Japan 4-0 in the group stages. There's a thing about 9 points. Don't get 9 points. Just manage points. Because Japan got 9 points and boom, they lost out. A lot of people are being very understanding of the Spanish side, or the Japanese side rather.
Yes.
But somewhat intolerant and calling out the Falcons for poor performance. After the finals yesterday, somebody was in another sports group, he was ranting how that the Falcons should have been the ones in the finals and should have beaten Spain. And I'm like, how do people reason?
Should have beaten with Spain.
Yeah, because they feel that if England could get there, the Falcons should have been able to get there, because England didn't score them in 120 minutes, and it took penalties. But my point is, sorry, Arsenal fans, I'm not coming for you. This is not anything related to Arsenal fans. But if setting up, because this person in question is an Arsenal fan, the person who made that statement, I'm like, last season you made an excuse for Arsenal for not winning the league, because in your mind, the story was nobody gave them a chance. That it was just going to be. They didn't even see the Arsenal in the top 4 last season, but they now held on to first place for 92% of the season, but somehow lost it. But you can make excuses for a club that you have zero allegiance to. I mean, at the end of the year, they're not giving you money in their AGM meeting. You're not making any money off them. But your own national team is when you want to be drawing. It was a mediocre performance.
Now
the Falcons.
That's when you want to draw standards.
You want to draw certain extremely high standards. Extremely high standards that were not there. I'm like, did people forget our preparations for this World Cup?
And also look at these countries where they are coming from. I always talk about this is okay, although the preliminary rounds of the Women's Champions League have begun, and Delta Queens actually won their game 3-0 over the weekend. I don't know if people were watching that, but you watch us now, but I'll come to that anyway. I was saying that this is the third year in running the Champions League. You're looking at, Falcons were competing with teams that were year into year, these countries were in the Champions League. Barcelona has just won 2 out of the last 3 editions of the UEFA Champions League. Yeah. And you saw them going ahead to become world champions. This is replicating what the club has done, because most of their backup players are in the national team.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how talented the Spanish teams are. Is during the Euros, they knock out by the same England after extra time.
Yeah.
So they lost 2-1 after extra time. And 15 players said they were not going to play again for the country if they should sack the coach, Jorge Vida. And the Spanish FA says, no, the players can't, you can't dictate who should coach the team, because they had their preferences, because they said the coach was too strict and all that. Now, out of those 15 players that went for that Euros, only 3 stayed back to join this team.
So this is a new team. This is not even that team.
This is not even that team. To show you how talented the Spanish national team, and they went ahead to win the World Cup. So I'm just trying to bring that story to show you that this is what we are up against. So How many football teams, how many female football teams can we boast of? How many times, how many our football league can we boast of it?
And so it comes to this, the biggest ever FIFA women.
Try to export our players and try to bring all of them together to form a national to finish. I said they were not the perfect team in this tournament. They were not the most outstanding team, but they rode on Falcons, and they were whiskers away by exiting that tournament. We saw the game against Colombia.
The same thing.
The
Two
same
defensive
thing.
blunders.
Two defensive blunders. And the semi-finals, also the same thing. Not the classical English team we knew. We knew this team was struggling somehow. I don't know whether it's due to talent or tactical awareness from the players, but they just got themselves to the finals. If you ask, there are better teams that were supposed to be there, but that's not football. Is not like that.
Yeah, football is not
But at
mass.
the end of the day, when they came to the finals, they were dominated from start to finish by the Spanish team, and rightly so. The Spanish girls are the champions of the world, and they deserve it. I think so. I think if it had gone the other way around, that would have been probably.
They had a bitter pill for this Spanish to swallow.
Yes.
All right, let's jump into the Prime Sports group on King's Chat and messages. In fact, yes, Dixon just saw the messages overload from yesterday. We had over 100 and something messages between Chelsea's loss and this morning, and I'm not even going to jump into that conversation. Anything Chelsea, I'm not putting my mouth, but Chelsea fans, all I'm going to tell you guys, starting with my brother sitting beside me, take your loss and rest. You people lost that game. Yeah?
Everybody will care.
No need to explain anything, because people are just trying to explain. It was not because of anything. You lost. You lost. The same people that were laughing at Falcons, saying Falcons could not beat 10-man England when Lauren James went. You could not beat. At least we didn't lose in regular time. They didn't score Falcons. I'll keep using Falcons as a reference today.
Yeah, but they were 2-1 up already.
And before it was 2-1 up, when you were 11-11 and it was 1-1, they gave you a penalty. Who threw it away?
No, Maradona has lost penalty.
That's not the point. I just want to hear you call the name of the person who threw it away.
Mbappe has lost penalty.
Is it Mbappe that played the penalty?
No, I'm just saying great players lose penalty. You just follow the trend.
I just want to hear the trend. I just want to hear the name of the person that lost the penalty.
You just follow the trend of great players losing penalty.
Dixie, can we hear the name of the person that lost the penalty?
I'm going to check later.
Enzo Fernandez.
But
anyways,
for me over the weekend, and this is, I'm not trying to force people to like what I like.
We are not going to like what you like.
Yes, I'm not going to force people. If you don't like it. I'm just saying, because you made mention something, and it just triggered me again. You made mention how some people are actually, you make excuse for us now when it comes to the Super Falcons national team. You setting high standards that are not supposed to even be there. And this is where I come. I'm seeing messages and I'm seeing people on their status, or a Chelsea fan or something.
Okay, so just
So
I have a call. I have a call. I wasn't going to interrupt your point, because we have one of you people's supporters of Benin Republic.
Hello, Pastor, and good morning, sir.
I know it's me you're coming for. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach Dixon.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
We are doing great.
Thank you so much.
What happened to your Chelsea yesterday?
Pastor Austin.
Sir?
So, we lost, and all of a sudden, you people are now talking. All this while, everybody was quiet.
It's only 2 games that you played now. You drew the first one, you lost the second one. So,
that doesn't mean anything.
Really now?
You've lost 3 points.
It doesn't mean anything.
You've lost 5 points, to be precise.
Yes.
You've lost 5 points. It means your mates have 6 points. You have 1.
Our mates have 6 points.
Yes.
Which of our mates?
Brighton. You thought I was going to call City.
Brighton and Chelsea are not the same mates.
Okay,
as of now.
Your junior has 6 points.
Pastor Austin.
Is Brighton Chelsea's mate in any way? Really? In all fairness?
Who
has 4 European titles?
Let me just go straight to the point.
Yeah, go straight to the point.
These Chelsea players.
Yeah.
I know the board made some mistakes in recent weeks. I don't see how they will sell Kepa and give the chance to Sanchez that has been on the bench instantly. I don't understand that. I haven't understand that transfer. When goals go in, he don't even make attempts. I don't know why. Well, all I know is I'm looking forward to the next match. Yeah, we lost against West Ham. And he messed up with that penalty big time, I won't lie.
Okay.
And then for Caicedo, a lot of people coming for him. It's not his fault.
Okay.
Thiago Silva, when he came to Chelsea, first match against West Brom, he made some mess of mistakes. But today, we all are enjoying shouting Thiago Silva, Thiago Silva. I know Caicedo will be watching the game, that's the replay of the game, and I will be taking some corrections from that. All I know is that in next match, I know Chelsea will do much more better than this.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
you.
Okay.
Okay, so before I react to him, I was saying something.
Yes.
Now, everybody is going in the English Premiership, but do they know that Bender Insurance played over the weekend?
We know. Enyimba played.
They know that Imba played over the weekend.
Yes, we know.
They know that Raymond Start played over the weekend.
We know.
Everybody is shouting Chelsea. Everybody is shouting Manchester United. Everybody is shouting.
Don't change the topic.
No, no.
Don't change the topic. Don't
I
change the
don't-
topic.
no.
Because you know
You
that
told me to
on
bring
Monday,
my wig.
on your is this
You
your
told me to bring my wig.
is this your
You
law?
told me to
Is
bring
this
my
your
wig.
defense?
I am saying
But
that
we're saying
charity begins at home.
It also comes and
No,
charity
I
begins
want
at
you
home.
to talk about Chelsea, but I also want you to.
We're going to talk about them on Tuesday. Come on, man.
No, let's start from the. No, I'm not talking
No,
about
no.
we here now, because I know it's
In the
Tuesday.
group.
But also in the group and callers. You talk about the weekend. Did you try to see what happened to? This is Champions League, CAF Champions League. Nobody knew. Anybody went to Tripoli and played 4-3.